Sometimes, a mother's eyes see the truth through instinct before understanding it logically. Shelby could never get used to the silence coming from her daughter Sophie's room, because every time that nurse entered, Sophie stopped crying. And that nurse always closed the door silently. Her motherly instincts were on high alert. What was this woman hiding? Why did she always want to be alone? But Shelby wasn't going to wait any longer. She was determined to find answers. For 7 years, Shelby had prayed for a child. 7 long years filled with pain and fading hope. 3 failed IVF attempts, 1 miscarriage, and the crushing pressure of society. It had almost broken her marriage. But then, a miracle happened. Sophie was born, and life found meaning again. But just hours before Sophie's 2nd birthday, everything changed. The little girl began to cry in pain, clutching her chest. The diagnosis? Asthma. But that was only the beginning. A few weeks later, Sophie relapsed. Extensive tests were done, and the truth shattered her family. Sophie had to fight T-cell lymphoma, an aggressive form of cancer. Shelby quit her job. Jonathan kept going to work, but Sophie's sparkle dimmed with every passing day. Each chemotherapy session stole a little more of her laughter, her voice, her energy. But the nurse, Mary, every time she came, she brought hope with her. Even when Sophie cried, she soon calmed down in her presence. And one day, Shelby's patience ran out. She couldn't contain her curiosity. She hid behind the curtain. And when she saw what was happening, tears streamed down her face. Mary entered quietly. She looked around, thinking no one was there. She locked the door, approached Sophie, gently stroked her hair. Then she pulled out a phone from her pocket and played a video for Sophie. On the screen, there was another child, talking to her mother. "You'll keep fighting, won't you, baby?" "Yes, Mommy. I promise. I won't give up." And in that moment, Shelby understood. The video belonged to Mary's own daughter, the little angel she had lost to cancer. Mary had turned her own pain into hope for another child's life. Shelby stepped out from behind the curtain. She hugged Mary through her tears. In that embrace, 2 mothers became one heart. Mary confessed, "What I'm doing isn't professional, but she needs faith to live." And I believed, just like I once believed for my own daughter. Shelby shared this moment on social media with these words, "I see you, Nurse Mary. I see you sneaking into the room, calming my daughter, praying for her. I see everything. Only mothers can understand some things. You are God's gift to us." The post reached millions. Mary's heart full of kindness became a beacon of hope for thousands, but miracles rarely stay as long as they're needed. After a 7-month-long battle, little Sophie's body gave out. When she closed her eyes for the last time, she didn't just leave behind an empty room, but a love that would echo in millions of hearts. She was no longer just a child. She became a symbol of courage, of struggle, of faith. Shelby and Jonathan were devastated. For days, they spoke of the last light in Sophie's eyes, of Mary's words full of hope, and of the unbearable emptiness they felt inside. But then, they made a decision. If Sophie's life had been short, her impact would be eternal. Sophie's birthday was no longer a day of mourning. It became a day of hope. The family started a donation campaign to deliver toys to hospitalized children every year in her memory. On the social media page called Sophie the Brave, not only her memories were shared, but also stories of other sick children. The family chose to grow kindness from their pain. As for Mary, she said her life was changed by the thousands of messages she received. Many mothers reached out to her, and to many, she became more than just a nurse. She became a source of inspiration. Months later, Shelby wrote these words, "Sometimes God turns our loss into someone else's hope. Sophie showed us heaven, but Mary, you reminded us that miracles are still possible in this world." Over time, Shelby and Jonathan's family grew. They welcomed 2 healthy children after Sophie, but Sophie's room remained the quietest corner of the house, because some memories never fade with time. If this story touched your heart like it did ours, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And in the comments, tell us, have you ever witnessed a miracle in disguise? Because sometimes the smallest acts of kindness echo the loudest.